About a week ago today, Sonic celebrated his 25th anniversary with a big party in San Diego. 2 brand new Sonic games were revealed, and I found myself excited for a Sonic game for the first time in like 15 years. Enter Sonic Mania, a brand new 2D Sonic the Hedgehog game in the vein of the classics on the Sega Genesis. Spearheaded by Christian Whitehead, the developer of various remasters of classic Sonic games for mobile phones, Sonic Mania is being touted as a return to form, presumably similar to the likes of Mega Man 9 and 10. As if I couldn't have been more excited at the prospect of Sonic returning to his former glory, the second I saw Christian Whitehead's logo, I knew without a shred of a doubt we were in for something great, and here's why. Christian Whitehead knows how to make Sonic feel like Sonic. If I'm being real here, I'm not sure how much I really trust Sonic Team with making Sonic games anymore. I'm not necessarily saying that they're a bad developer, but each entry in the Sonic franchise strays further and further away from what made Sonic fun in the first place. And let's face it, the Sonic fanbase is super fucking divided, and a lot of Sonic's missteps have to do with the fanbase not knowing what they actually want, causing the developers to not know what to create to make the fans happy. At this point, a return to form by a developer that has proved himself worthy of creating such a thing seems like the most logical option. I mean, Sonic Team themselves tried to do it with Sonic 4 and, well, look how that turned out. You can argue that Sonic 4 Episode 2 was decent, but it was ultimately forgettable. Christian Whitehead has proved himself on so many occasions that I don't think I'd really trust anyone else to make this kind of game more than him. Now, I'll admit that I'm a little put off by the supposed recreations of old levels, not because I think they won't be fun, but because at this point in time, ideally, I would want something completely brand new with no reused level assets. While I'm absolutely certain that the reimaginings of the old levels will be entertaining at the very least, I do think it shows how little confidence Sega has in the potential of its IP. With games like Sonic 4 and Sonic Generations, I feel like Sega is under the impression that they need to rely on Sonic's former successes to thrive, and that's just untrue. I don't honestly think that Sonic needs to sell nostalgia to be successful. I do understand that this game is in the vein of the 16-bit era of Sonic, but it's not the way that the game looks that ultimately has me excited. While I do think the game looks incredible and is definitely pulling at my nostalgia strings, it's the prospect of playing a fun platformer that feels like an old Sonic game that has my attention. Look, all the retro aesthetics are great, but without great level design and proper physics, there would be no good game. It's actually the reason I'm also excited for the other game that was revealed, which looks to be a sequel to Sonic Generations, and according to Sega, it's not. Because of that claim, I do think the game will play very similarly to Generations, but not feature reimagined classic levels, which is why they won't outright call it a sequel, but I do think that in spirit, it is. Although I won't claim to have been totally in love with Sonic Generations, it was at the very least fun, and I know that most people liked it. I'd definitely be excited to see another game with the same quality and care that went into that one. But hey, I could be completely wrong and the game could be a flaming pile of fucking garbage. There is one more point I'd like to make, and I debated whether or not to actually include it in this video because I don't want to spoil a future, much longer video that I plan to make, but in the trailer for Sonic Mania, it was also revealed that you can play as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles. I've been wanting something like this for the longest time, and here's why. As newer Sonic games started to come out with new playable characters, it began to stray further and further away from what made it fun to play as other characters in a Sonic game in the first place. Take Sonic Adventure, for example, with its numerous playable character campaigns, and aside from Tails, they all featured redesigned or totally different levels with totally different goals. While some people enjoy those playstyles, that's not really what made it fun to have character options in the first place. Because really, it wasn't a character option, it was just another segment of the game. The coolest thing in the world when I was a kid was being able to go back and play Sonic 2 with Knuckles. And why is that? Because I was able to approach levels that I was very, very familiar with brand new mechanics. That's what made it exciting. And really, that goes for most games that feature different playable characters, like Mario 2, the Mega Man franchise, Mario 64 DS, Castlevania. Look at Super Meat Boy. I mean, hell, a lot of these games reward you with a new character for beating the game, giving you incentive to play through it again. You're able to squeeze extra entertainment out of a game by approaching a level differently because of your selected character's properties, because it breathes all new life into a level you may have played hundreds of times before, and that is what I'm most excited for with Sonic Mania. I really feel that because of the nature of the type of game that they aim to create, and because of the character selection options, Sonic Mania will have replayability like I haven't seen in a Sonic game since I was a kid. Now, what will happen if these games are well received? Who knows? I mean, they could get 10 out of 10 scores all across the board, and Sega could still go right back to making shitty Sonic games that lack direction. But for now, at least, it seems like they actually know what they're doing, and it's about damn time. Hey guys, I usually don't say anything at the end of these smaller videos, but thank you for watching, and I promise that I am done with Sonic for now. I mean, I'm working on something else, like I said in that video, but I have fucking no idea when that will actually be done. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm not gonna just be harping on Sonic, because I know this is the second Sonic video that I've released in a row. But yeah, I'm gonna give Sonic a rest for a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I'll be back very soon with a, you know, a funny hee hee ha ha stupid video soon. So yeah, thank you.